Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Wis bin Azhan. My metric number 1231890. Today I will explain the concept of zuhud according to Imam Al-Ghazali based on classical tasawwuf teachings and early Islamic spiritual tradition. The concept of zuhud is essential in understanding tasawwuf because it deals with the purification of the heart and the spiritual journey toward Allah. What is zuhud according to Imam Al-Ghazali? According to Imam Al-Ghazali, zuhud means detaching oneself from the world and attaching oneself to the next life. More precisely, it means detaching from anything other than God in order to attach oneself solely to God. This, according to him, is the highest form of zuhud. From the 1st century of Islam until the time of Al-Ghazali in the 5th century, classical Sufi scholars consistently describe zuhud as a spiritual state experienced at different levels of a seeker's journey. These different levels reflect the inner transformation of the heart as one travels closer to Allah. Three stages of zuhud according to Al-Ghazali. Imam Al-Ghazali explains that zuhud has three stages. The first stage is detachment out of fear of hellfire. This is the zuhud of people who fear punishment. They detach from worldly discretion because they want to protect themselves from painful consequences in the hereafter. The second stage is detachment for the purpose of gaining rewards in the hereafter. This is the zuhud of people who sacrifice worldly pleasures because they desire Allah's blessing, paradise, and rewards. The third and higher stage is complete detachment from everything except Allah. At this level, a person does not detach to escape pain, nor do they detach to gain rewards. Instead, the heart becomes focused solely on Allah. They lose interest in anything other than God. This level is experienced by lovers and Gnostic, the Arifun, who deeply understand Tawhid. To them, everything beside Allah become insignificant. Zuhud, Fana, and Baqa. At its highest level, zuhud resembles the Sufi experience of fana, which is the annihilation of the ego, and baqa, which is living in the presence of Allah. Al-Ghazali even describes this level as the complete annihilation of the desire of the carnal self. It is no surprise that early Muslims often use the term zuhud and tasawwuf interchangeably. Many great Sufi figures such as Shaghi al-Bakri, Malik bin Dinar, and Abdul Wahid bin Zaid were frequently referred to as zuhad. Many people of zuhud, their life display the full spiritual reality of tasawwuf even before the term Sufi became widespread. Zuhud in early Islam. In the early period of Islam, especially during the first 3 centuries, zuhud was a common term used for people who live spiritual discipline and God-focused life. It was sometimes seen as equivalent to tasawwuf. Some early scholars even describe the term faqih as someone who is detached from the world and deeply conscious of their religion. Al-Hasan al-Basri once said, "A true faqih is one who practices zuhud, seeks the hereafter, and is spiritually aware of his deeds." This shows that Islamic knowledge was never meant to be separate from spiritual transformation and ethical conduct. Knowledge without zuhud was considered incomplete. Zuhud as a practical spiritual discipline. Zuhud's core meaning is detachment and attachment. Detachment from worldly attachment. Attachment to Allah. Zuhud is not about rejecting the world or living in extreme hardship. It is an internal state, a condition of the heart where the world does not dominate one's thoughts. A beautiful example comes from Al-Bistami. One night, he felt spiritually disturbed and disconnected from God. After searching for the cause, he realized that there was still some food left in his house. That small attachment distracted him from feeling the sweetness of divine presence. He immediately asked his servant to give the food away. This story shows how sensitive the hearts of the Sufi masters were. Even the slightest worldly attachment felt heavy. What zuhud is not. Imam Al-Ghazali makes it clear that zuhud is not asceticism in the Christian or Buddhist sense. It is not an ism, not self-torture, and not denying the lawful pleasures of life. Islam encourages balance, using the word as a means, not as a master. Defining zuhud simply as rejecting the word without understanding its spiritual meaning is inaccurate. Zuhud is best translated as detachment, and it has many layers, each representing a deeper level of spiritual awareness. In conclusion, I can summarize that. Firstly, in early Islam, the term zuhud was widely used and closely connected to tasawwuf. Secondly, zuhud is an independent concept but forms a pillar within the Sufi journey. Thirdly, zuhud is not the rejection of worldly life, but the purification of the heart from worldly attachment. And the last one, at its highest level, zuhud connects directly to living in the presence of Allah. This concept remains relevant today as a reminder that the heart must stay attached to Allah even while we live and work in the world. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.